This is a presentation of the United States Australian Football League, the USAFL.
Alex C, back pocket. Okay.
Hey, boys. All right. Use your voice all day. Use your voice, okay? Swannaroos on three. 1, 2, 3. Swannaroos! Let's go, boys! 1, 2, 3, freeze!
Strong in that corner was fantastic.
It's a beautiful day, if not a little bit hot, for doing just about anything in the town of Farmington, Utah, just to the north of Salt Lake City. It's a beautiful territory with wonderful people. They love their sports, and they have loved this day of Australian rules football. It's about to come to its climax, the 8th and final game that we'll be bringing to you from here at the Western Sports Park here in Farmington. It's the men's division grand final. It's an all-bay battle as the Golden Gate Roos face the Sacramento Suns. Hi everyone, I'm Brian Barish, delighted to have you once again. This is the coup de grace, the pointy end of the day, the game that will determine who is the best in the West in 2024. The Golden Gate Roos, a team that is used to winning these tournaments, have won every title. They won in 2023. The year before, they lost out to Denver. They won back in 2019 and in 2018 before that, and in 2017 even before that. So all the way going back in 2016, even before that as well. So with the exception of the 1 year, they've been the undisputed kings of the West. Sacramento, however, has their share of regional titles, mostly down in Division II, but they are ready to step up against their Division I rivals and show them that they can compete on the same oval. These two teams are 2-0 today after pool play, winning their respective pools. The Golden Gate Roos, who have also defeated Sacramento earlier this season. We'll get into that in just a moment. But earlier, it was the Roos defeating Seattle in a very, very close game, 19-17. In fact, the Roos had to hold on for dear life in that opener. They had a little more straightforward of a time, a 29-point victory over the San Diego Lions, 49-20. Sacramento, meanwhile, had a blowout victory over the host Wasatch Wargulls, 76-0 in the first game this morning, and then held off the LA Dragons by 10 points, 27-17 in Game 2. And so it is thus, the Golden Gate Roos and the Sacramento Suns in one final battle. Now, we did mention that these two teams played earlier in the Sacktown Specky Invitational. That was a tournament held earlier in Sacramento, featuring these teams as well as the Portland Steelheads and the Portland Sockeyes. And the Roos ran out victors by 27 points in what was a 40-minute game, much like this was. 44-17 was the final score. But the Suns have shown that they can hang with the Roos, but after these teams have played 3 games, 2 games already and a third game coming, in temperatures of 95 degrees, with the feel-like temperature actually a little bit less than that because of the wind, and the lack of humidity, I might add. That's the one thing. It is very much a dry heat. The humidity right now is at 13%. So if it's going to be hot, at least it's a dry heat. The Roos are in the blue jumpers with the orange trim, and the Suns are in the red and the yellow with the giant sign. Here we go. One game to rule them all. The final game of the Western Regionals here from Farmington, and we are underway. Ball gets knocked out by the Roos, who are going to pick this one up quickly, going back and trying to knock that one forward. Oh, big tackle from behind, but he didn't get paid. And Hutchings, no, he did. That's Kendall Hutchings, who took a great tackle, and was able to come from behind and upset the man in Brian Moy. Out to the near side, one-on-one contest. Couldn't get that one up. Now spins away from one tackle. We have a whistle, and it'll be a free kick going the way of the Suns. And they have come out the hotter side here. Here is Jim Blocko, the former Rue as he sends this one up to the top of the goal square. Bounds away, 2-on-2 contest. Going after that one and picking it up is Nolan for Golden Gate. Out to the far side, it drops in front, skips away from one defender. Now handballs up over the top, cuts it to the inside, able to get this one away, and over to get it. Big tackle, crunching tackle with the second effort, and it's a free kick going to Golden Gate. It was a high tackle. The Roos will look to play on with a handball, sending this one in deep. And off. It's a one-on-one contest. Going after it and staying with it is James Diamond. And Diamond kicked the winning goal against Seattle earlier. Oh, big tackle in there, and he dropped it. And it's a free kick to the Suns. No score after 90 seconds of scoreless football. The Suns play this one up on the far side. Oh, good big punch over the top and out of bounds. The Suns led by 34 points at one point with about 6 minutes to go in the Division II Men's Grand Final last year in Lakewood Ranch, Florida, over the Seattle Grizzlies. And they held on for dear life as the Grizzlies managed to reel off 4 unanswered goals and ended up falling just 3 points short. Gets picked up, cleared out of there, and it's marked. Going across, good option. Finds a wide open man. I think that might be Hutchings. Sends that down and finds another friendly face in Eric Anderson, the former Portland Steelhead, who had a good game earlier today against Wasatch. And getting picked up and finally wrenching it away is Cody McElligott, who kicked the goal in that opener. Sent forward, big left-footed boot. And juggled and marked by Howie. How he did that, I don't know. As he kicked that one in over the top, but it's turned over. Or was it? They called a push in the back? Well, and not happy about that, but that is the call. And a free kick upcoming with a chance for the first score of the game. The kick is up on the way. It is tailing with the wind. It's there, and the Roos draw first blood on the Watch AFL scoreboard. And he might give that to Zach Taylor. And there's the first major. So Golden Gate, 1 straight. Sacramento yet to score. Be interesting to see how Sacramento changes and with their strategy and their structure during the course of the game. They are very well trained in terms of their skills and everything, and they aren't afraid to back down from a challenge. I'll be interested to see as this one is marked by the 99 and Max Lush. Lush circles around, and it is marked by Julian David. Be interesting to see Julian if he makes the squad for the Transatlantic Cup, which is coming up in August 2nd through the 11th. As this one is kicked up on the way, it is marked! Or was it? No, it wasn't. He was looking for the play, but looking for a call, but not getting one, and that one is cleared out. Sending this one down off the top. Blocko had it bounce to him. Got away from a diving tackle. Gets away from a second. Lines up and sprays it across the face. And through for a behind for a score for the Suns. They go to 1 behind on the Watch AFL scoreboard. Golden Gate 1 straight 6. A reminder, we talk about Watch AFL. You can subscribe and watch every game in this exciting AFL season, and of course AFLW coming up, as well as shows from the Fox Footy Network and others around the league. Go to watchafl.com.au to subscribe. Also Tasmanian and Cooper's Beer, amongst other sponsors. Free kick for the Roos. They look to work the ball down. You can see Hutchings You can see Hutchings backpedaling. Ball is sent over his head, and it's marked. And now there seems to be some discussion, and the ball is going to come back. Meanwhile, the clock is ticking. There is no time on. If you're watching us back in Australia or familiar with the AFL, we're playing 4 10-minute quarters here. The ball up on the far side. Going to get swatted along. Cleared out by Boyer. 2 players there. Everybody rises high. Crumbs out the back, turns it over. Lay knocks it forward. Lay, who kicked 5 in that opening game. And we have a whistle. And there was no prior opportunity, so umpire Steve Arnott will toss it to the heavens once again. Knocked forward again by Tim Linfeld, but into the hands of Blocko. Blocko going left and right, flips it on the right, and marked in front. Laces out, great weighted ball, and it's marked by Luke Castle. Sends it on its way. Oof. Somebody alert the Salt Lake Zoo because I just saw a Shankopotamus, but doing a good job of tracking it down was Julian David. And David will go back. And it'll be interesting to see if they make a centering run for him. Instead, he goes for goal. And it's there! Whoa, Julian David! Snuck it through, and the Suns are back on top. 1-1-7 to Golden Gate, 1 straight 6. That's on the Watch AFL scoreboard. Julian David has very quietly, I think, he's a very reliable player, and I think he's given the selectors a pretty good view in terms of maybe adding his team to the Transatlantic Cup side. Going to pick this one up. And it'll be a free kick. They'll go the way of number 12. The Suns lead. Still plenty of time to go. Nice mark in front. Marked by, it says Amick Natson, but I'm not sure if that's him. And this is Chris Casano. Casano puts it in short, not marked. And a big scramble for the pill. That ball up. About a minute to go in this first quarter. 4 10-minute quarters. Ball gets knocked down. Scrambles it aside. Banged out the back. It'll roll, it'll skip, it'll hop, it'll jump. It's still rolling. It's still skittering across like a cockroach on the bathroom floor. Plays that one into the middle. Now they're going to run forward. Little chip kick over the top. Again looking for David. David bats it towards the middle of the ground. Going to get picked up, get spun around. David sticks with the play, but it was picked off. And it'll be sent back the other way. We got 30 seconds to go. And it's marked. Kick on the left foot. Scrambling back, punched away. Little kick. Ball goes out of bounds in front of the 38, who we don't have. That's becoming a common theme, and that's the end of the first quarter. Well, if the rest of the game is like this first quarter, we're in for an absolute Lulu. At the end of 10 minutes of play, it's the Sacramento Suns 1-1-7, the Golden Gate Roos 1 straight 6. We'll be back for the second quarter. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the 2024 USAFL Western Regional Championships from Farmington, Utah, here on USAFL.com.
This presentation of the USAFL is brought to you by Tasmanian. Quietly pursue the extraordinary. Cooper's. Australian made and owned. Cooper's Beer. Aussie Sports USA, the official apparel provider of the USAFL. Odin Mortgage and Tax, Australian mortgages and taxation for expats and overseas residents. CyberSolve IQ, the inaugural cybersecurity partner of the USAFL. Two Hands Restaurant, fueling your lifestyle. Watch AFL, stream every match overseas. Brown Brothers, family winemakers since 1889. HBC Event Services, Premier Sports Medicine, and the members of the USAFL.
Second quarter about to begin here at the 2024 USAFL Western Regional Championships Men's Grand Final. It's the Sacramento Suns leading the Golden Gate Roos 7-6. Brian Barish here with you, and our thanks to all of our help as our great camera person, our producer Jerry Long and Doran James, everybody here at the Western Sports Park and here in Farmington for putting on this great tournament and bringing it to you around the world and across the country. We know we have a lot of dedicated listeners, not just around the world and back in Australia, but across the league here, and an absolutely wonderful day of Aussie rules. And in case you missed it earlier, the Minnesota Freeze, alongside the Wasatch War Goals, won the women's division title, and they became the first team to win 2 regionals in the same year. Second quarter action is underway as they knock this one forward, and now it's the Suns going from left to right, or from right to left, and Hutchings is able to get this one away but turned it over. This one is kicked inside 50, and it's marked by Zach Taylor, and Moose will go back to try and extend the lead, or try and give them the lead. They're down by 1. So used to seeing the Roos in the lead. But here is Zach Taylor, Fort Zach, Moose. Kick is on the way. It is short, but batted through for a behind. Scores are level. On the Watch AFL scoreboard, Golden Gate 1-1-7, Sacramento 1-1-7. This one will go down the middle of the field. Off the far side now. Ball goes out of bounds. We'll have a boundary throw it. Excuse me. This is what allergies does, folks. I beg your indulgence here. Also, 7 games. That too. Ball comes spinning back in the play directly across from us. Gets knocked forward. And had it for a moment. Dropped it. Going to get picked up. There's just kind of a big old wrestling match happening over there. And finally, umpire Steve Arnott crosses himself like the first rabbi of the church of the Synagogue of Aussie Rules Football, L'chaim, to life. And he puts the ball up, and it gets knocked down once again in front of the San Diego Lions tent. And we'll ball it up one more time. Ball goes up, gets knocked down. Out of bounds. And we'll do the boundary throw-in thing one more time. 7-7 the score. Ball comes spinning back in the play. And trying to break through to the other side is one of the Roos, and knocks that one forward. Going to get picked up by the 49. And again, the ball has moved maybe about 20 feet in the last 2 minutes. It's been marooned on that side of the field in front of Tent City, matching the intensity of the game. Yeah, sure. As the ball gets kicked inside and knocked down in front. Everybody tries to get it out. There's Hutchings, and he's able to get it the heck out of there for the Suns. Oh, big fly, but didn't take the mark. And now trying to pick that one up again is Lowen. He'll send this one up high and knocking this one down. Now coming in the middle of the ground. Handballs it out into the middle, drops in front. Trying to go through it and not getting it was Jake Tracy. Ball up. Ball goes high in the air. Knocked forward by the ruck in Hazleton. And we'll have another ball up. And the play has gotten very, very ragged and very, very tight in this second quarter. And I think fatigue starting to show a little bit. Although the ball is marked, both of these teams did play at 2 o'clock, or 1 o'clock. This one is kicked. And nice mark coming through. The mark taken by Lowen. And he'll come back the other way. Still 7-7, watch AFL scoreboard. Still plenty of time for either team. And the ball goes out of bounds. The Suns, as we said, it was marked. It was marked. The Suns, be interesting to see if they decide they want to stay in D2 or make the step up to Division I. I don't know that they're on the same level as the teams like Austin and New York and Denver, but, I mean, they're playing Golden Gate really tough here. We'll have a ball up directly across. Ball gets knocked down. Picked up by the Roos. Big tackle in there, and he spilled the footy. All the words came together in my brain at the same time, and another boundary throw-in, I think. Yep. Once again, the ball has not moved a whole lot. Neither of the. I think there's definitely a little bit of fatigue showing, having to play these games in 95-degree heat. But there is a breeze. This is Taylor again. Taylor off of one step. Not marked. Plays this one high in the air. Who wants it? Everybody. Who's got it? Nobody. Bounces away. Going to get picked up. Tried to go rush through the gauntlet. Picked up by Lloyd, who couldn't get to it. Now it's sent back. Kicked on the way. This should get something unless it goes short. One-on-one contest. No mark. Oh, it wasn't a mark. He was acting like it was paid, I guess trying to sell it, but it only went about 5 meters, and they're able to clear. Sacramento gets out of jail. It drops in front. Going after it, just got away. Carter Mack was second best. Sends this one back in and juggled and marked. They're going to pay it, but he's going to play on quickly. This is Goodwin who sends that one down the line, and it's marked by Lindfelt, and that ends that. Swings it wide. Good job. Golden Gate, one of those teams that does a good job of changing the field. Open it to the other side if it's too congested. Make room for yourself on the other side of the ground. But they've turned it over. It's picked up by Blanco. Blanco, he'll go back across the way. Marked by Boyer, who got a little nudge after he took the mark. He throws this one onto the right, high in the air. It's going to travel. Big men fly. Ball goes to down. Going to get picked up. Tracy, it forces the turnover as it was taken by McGilligan. Now sending this one on. And sent back, and it's marked. Chris Corgus sending this one deep. This one goes out to the far side and rolled out. We'll have a boundary throw-in. Still 7-7 with a little more than 2 minutes to go in the first half. Ball comes back in the play. Oh, shoved aside. And he paddles out and whacks it forward. Handballs it back. This is Tracy who sends this one down the line, and that one's picked up. Whenever each team, it seems like, gets a good kick forward, it just ends up either missing the target completely or getting picked off by a nice defensive play. You know, the game has opened up a little bit more in the last 2 or 3 minutes. Handballs it in, going to drop in front. Running onto it is Colley, rather. Colley, the ball goes into the corner, and now they're able to get this one and rush it forward. Bounces away, 2 bounces, 3 bounces, pushed and picked up, centering this one and the mark. This is Matt O'Leary. O'Leary sends it the other way. Ball goes to ground, sends it back. Ball goes to ground, sending it back by Hutchings. Now we're playing aerial ping pong. This one gets sent in. It's up high, ball goes to ground, and ball will roll out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Brian Barish here with you in Farmington, Utah. It's funny because I can kind of see there's like a little valley on the other side, and you can kind of make out houses and churches and stuff like that. This is a really, really just beautiful place, and it's amazing that we get a chance to play here. And hopefully we will be back in the not-too-distant future. The ball gets knocked forward, swinging this one around for David. Sacramento is threatening here, but Ruse and that out to the middle of the ground. Ball gets knocked high, it goes down, going back to get it, and that was a tough tackle as Lloyd, or rather, I think it was Hutchings. That's going to be a high, yep. Goodwin, and that is the siren, and that is halftime. Well, well, well. It is very much an arm wrestle here in Farmington at the end of 20 minutes. Scores are level. Golden Gate 117. 117 for Sacramento. It is, in fact, a tight one. Zach Taylor, the goal for the Ruse. And wasn't sure who got it was Julian David who kicked the goal for the Suns. That's the story here after 20 minutes. 20 minutes more, and in this Western Regional, what's been an absolutely wonderful day of football here in Utah. We'll be back for the third quarter when we return. You're watching the 2024 USAFL Western Regional Championships here on USAFL.com.
This presentation of the USAFL is brought to you by Tasmanian. Quietly pursue the extraordinary. Cooper's. Australian made and owned. Cooper's Beer. Aussie Sports USA, the official apparel provider of the USAFL. Odin Mortgage and Tax, Australian mortgages and taxation for expats and overseas residents. CyberSolve IQ, the inaugural cybersecurity partner of the USAFL. Two Hands Restaurant, fueling your lifestyle. Watch AFL, stream every match overseas. Brown Brothers, family winemakers since 1889. HBC Event Services, Premier Sports Medicine, and the members of the USAFL.
Back here at the Western Sports Park in Farmington, Utah for the 2024 Western Regional Championships of the USAFL. This is the men's grand final, and this is a tie game. It's 7-7, Golden Gate and Sacramento. 20 minutes, 2 halves of the 20 minutes. 2 10-minute quarters. However you want to math that out, that's all that stands between one of these teams and the regional championship. Brian Barish back here with you. Third quarter about to get underway. And the question is, which team will prevail? Will it be Golden Gate again, or will Sacramento pull off a bit of a surprise? This one is knocked up over the top and picked up, and here they come the other way as the ball gets dropped in, and it'll roll, it'll skip, it'll hop, and it will go out of bounds. It'll be a boundary throw-in. The Suns and the red jumpers, the yellow trim, that's the the Tower Bridge, which goes over the American River. That's the pattern that runs down the panels of the jumper. It's the battle of the bridges, so to speak, because you've got the Golden Gate bridge that adorns the Ruse jumpers. These two teams play each other pretty often. And the Suns have battled the Roos pretty closely over the years. Picked up by Taylor, who's taken down. And, well, it is Zach Taylor. Looks around. Now pops us up high. Who wants it? Coming over, drops in front of everybody. And we have a whistle from behind the play. And a free kick. And it's the 51 who has it. One of the players we don't have a matching name for. He will stroll in, try to give his team the lead. The kick is on the way. It's going to fall short, and it's also to the right and knocked in, kept in play, just got his foot, and a good kick did Alex Perkins. I don't know how on earth, how he had the sense to do that. Comes back. Again, another chance for goal, and it is tipped through and through for, oh, wait a minute. No, it is tapped through for a behind. But that gives Golden Gate the lead. They lead 8-7, 1-2-8 to Sacramento. 1-1-7. Ball back in the play from the goal square. Sending this one down the line. Drops in front, bounces away. David was going in there. This one is kicked inside 50. And it is, he was appealing for something instead of staying with the man. And instead, he gives the ball up. And, you know, he probably could have gotten that. We won't say should have, but he definitely should have stayed with the play. And I didn't catch who that was, one of the Suns players. Ball is tucked in, and we'll have a ball up. 8-7, the Roos the lead. The 8th and final game, the 15th and final game that we've had here in Farmington. And again, our thanks to the folks here at the Western Sports Park and Discover Davis as this one is taken down. Ball up. Ball gets knocked down, and it's sent in. Ball will dribble and bounce, and we'll go out of bounds. We'll have a ball in. Boundary throwing upcoming. The Roos attacking to the Wasatch end. Ball goes to ground. Going to get picked up, thrown to the ground. Lloyd is waiting. You can tell with the beard. His dad was by earlier. Got to say hello to him. Always nice to see the families come out. We've seen a lot of families come out, not just people in the area, friends and family. And that one is kicked, and that is out on the full, and perhaps a little ill-advised by Caleb Lush. And that's going to set up a chance from a tight angle, well, unless it isn't. It may have been deflected. Ball gets knocked down by Lowen. They try to rush this one forward, got the handball away, but turned it over. Wheeling with it is Garrett Hale. Hale sends this one in towards the sticks. Dropped in front, Lloyd. And this one's going to come back. And it was going to be a good tackle, and as Lloyd was taken down, it was actually going to be a high tackle, so they are going to call this back. This one is kicked up over the top. Marked nicely by Cameron Colley. Colley up the far side. Works it back. Swings this one onto the left. There's a chance for goal. I don't think he got it. No, he didn't. He's kicked the goal. That's the first goal in 2 quarters by either team. And that's off the foot of, I think, the number 12 for Golden Gate. So they go to 2-2-14. Sacramento 1-1-7, back to a 7-point lead. This has been a very tense game, and I think you're seeing the conditioning. You're seeing the conditioning a little bit more for the Roos than out of the Suns, although the Suns have managed to stay with the Roos for a good chunk of this game, and really they've been switched on since day one, or minute one. Toss to the heavens once again. It's knocked down, batted around like a cat with a bat of yarn, or a ball of yarn. Balling around a bat of yarn, why not? Ball up once again. Again, we're back in this very tight situation where the ball is not moving very fast. Oh, they're saying no prior. And Hutchings was upset about that, as this one is kicked inside 50. The ball goes around. Ball gets hammered back. This is Boyer. Boyer gets sent this one back and is marked over the top by Alex Mayberry. Mayberry, RFD, sends that one in, and it's marked by Taylor. And then it was touched, as that was Boyer, who came from somewhere out on the other side of the ground after getting shoved by Taylor. And Taylor is down, and he'll get up slowly, and I think he may have taken a shot to the back of the neck. We'll have a ball up. He's a tough one, Zach. He punches the ball forward. Not to advantage, and this one is kicked, but it's straight up in the air and out of bounds, and it will be a free kick as it's out on the full. Still 14-8. Watch AFL scoreboard. And if you are watching this, again, you can visit us at USAFL.com and check out all the stuff happening in the league. That one just barely stayed in and bounced out of bounds. Facebook.com/USAFL, Twitter and Instagram at USAFL1997. We will be in Toronto August 2nd to the 11th. I'll be there with Peter Holden, as well as David Smith and Pat McNeil from AFL Canada to bring you the action via the AFL Network. The 2024 AFL Transatlantic Cup, the U.S. joining Canada, Colombia, Great Britain, France, and Ireland, men's and women's teams. It'll be 10 days of Aussie rules football. Some of the best in the world taking battle in national team action. That's from Toronto, starting August 2nd. Of course, we'll be in Austin for the Nationals in October. These two teams will be there, and they'll be battling at the highest level. The ball gets knocked down. Oh, good job. Oh, there's a sandwich there, and a great job by Strand to pick that one up, and that was all sorts of chaos. They go to the near side. Colley is able to knock his man sideways. Good job of following it on as Mayberry sends this one in. It drops in front. Bounces away now. Going to get picked up. Ball comes out. Ball gets knocked away, and it's going to be cleared out. High in the air, out to the near side, just finds the boundary line and goes out of bounds for another boundary throw-in. Remaining seconds, third quarter. Both of these teams have sucking a lot of air right now. They're running on farts and fumes, but the Roos hanging on by 8 points, and that'll do it. Three-quarter time here in Farmington, and the Roos are 10 minutes away from another regional title. The score, it's the Golden Gate Roos 2-2-14, and the Sacramento Suns 1-1-7. It's a 7-point difference, Brian. Well, after sitting in the sun for an entire day, the math seems to fade. But there's only 10 minutes to go, and we'll bring you those final 10 minutes. We return to the 2024 USAFL Western Regional Championships here on USAFL.com. fourth and final quarter of the 2024 USAFL Western Regional Championships from the Western Sports Park here in Farmington, Utah. The men's grand final at the end of three quarters. It is the Golden Gate Roos 2-2-14. The Sacramento Suns 1-1-7. Still anybody's game with 10 minutes to go. And it will be the Suns who will kick with the agency of about a one-goal breeze in this quarter. So we'll see what happens. The wind at 8 miles an hour and gusts to 20. Let's see if they can blow the Suns into a championship. We are underway here in the fourth quarter, and the Suns once again trying to get the ball out of the middle, and they do, but they turned it over. Ball bounces to the far side, it drops, and it's taken quickly. Up on the far side now, they keep it in front of them. Bangs it forward, and the whistles, and this one's going to come back. Now remember, there is no time on, so all of this time that it takes to get the ball back is going to get wasted. It'll be a free kick to Bobby Strand. Kicks this one on a low line drive, bounces in front of Tracy. There is David going after the football. It goes off into the corner now. Long handball up over the top, trying to find the 41. Up on the far side now. Here come the Roos. They're okay with the ball being where it is right now, but he's taken it. He's gone. He's gone. He's going to play on advantage. Goes inside 50. Drops in front. Here come the Suns as Lush was shepherded out of the way nicely. And the ball comes down. It's going to get picked up. Slaps away one defender. Handballs. It's a wayward handball over the top, but it's picked off. And now they work it into the middle of the ground. Sending this one high and deep and into the center. It is off the top, off the hands of Lloyd. Going to get picked up, and spinning the other way was Reyes. And moved in. The ball goes to ground, and we'll have a ball up. Or rather, it's a free kick. It will go the way of Eric Anderson, the former Steelhead. Anderson sending this one down the line. Be interested to see if he makes the national team, and it's marked by Tim Linfeld, a man who has played on the national team. Linfeld waiting, goes to his left, drops in front. Roos still with the ball. Up on the far side, Mark nicely, and they'll slow it down. Drops in front, and now it bounces away. Sacramento trying to stay with it. It gets knocked out, and it's into the hands of Anderson once again, who turns quickly. Sending this one high. David would have put good bump in. Now he has to go get it. There again is Lush trying to sift through defenders, and the umpire, Steve Arnott, says, "Give that to me, baby." We'll have a ball up. 14-7. 2 kicks separates the two teams in this final game of the men's Division I. Men's grand final. Up on the far side as the ball goes out of bounds, and we'll have a ball up. We've heard, it's interesting, there was a dog show here today. We haven't seen much of the dogs. And there was an air show up the road, up in up in Layton, where the Air Force base is, and they were buzzing us yesterday, but weren't doing the same today. Going to get picked up, handball up over the top. Out to the near side. Picked up by Blocko. Blocko turns around. David slipped. I don't know if he would have gotten to it anyway. That one is high, punched away by Nolan. And it's on the far side, and we'll have a throw-in. Nearing the halfway point of the fourth quarter. Points have been at a premium, and I think you can attribute that to the conditions. 95 degrees Fahrenheit, 35 Celsius. When The breeze has been inconsistent today, although it's picked up in the last couple of hours. This is Lowen. Turns around, and the mark taken over the top. This is Goodwin. Goodwin down the middle on a string to Anderson. Anderson goes in short. David couldn't get it, and he's going to get run down. He handballs it into himself. He gets the ball back. David got it going backwards through the hands, getting free. Here's a chance around the body. A check side. Did he get it? No. Oh, almost getting it was Luke Castle. Oh, but it was it's a game of inches. But it's a one goal difference, rather, that now separates the two teams. 2-2 plays 1-2. 4 minutes to go. The Suns are pushing forward. Do they have enough to get a goal? Sending this one down. Marked. And the mark is taken by Kendall Hutchings. Rabbit sends this one across. Sacramento now looking like they've got a second wind. Marked by Julian David. He is about 30 meters out, and they're going to tell him to have a shot. David's kick on the way is going to be short and right, and it has gone through for behind. And now a goal gives them the lead. 1-3 to 2-2. It's back to 5 points. And all of a sudden the game has come alive. 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go. The Roos will put the ball back into play. They're going to use as much time as he can. Screaming the play on. Now he does. Up to the near side. Over to get it, and it's a great mark taken by number 12. Still waiting. Going to send this one on. Can he get a mark? It is juggled and dropped by Taylor. They're going to play on. This is Boyer. He's taken down, and he's pinged. Boyer was caught from behind. And they'll play on quickly. Or they won't play on quickly. 3:26 or 2:36 to go. Out to the near side, and it's marked by Taylor, who will wait and take all 7 of his seconds. Time ebbing away. The Roos leading by a goal. He's going to go backwards. That's a smart play as he trades some time for some territory. Now he'll go forward. It'll drop in front. Now they got to put the pressure on. They do. And it's a free kick. It was improper disposal, and it's a free kick, and it will go the way of Carter Mack. Nope, they changed who it was. It's now Tracy. 1:50 to go. This one is sent in. Sacramento might win if they can get a goal. Nice mark taken in the back. And they're going to play this one out quickly. Out on a string to the number 7. He'll wait. Takes the mark in front of Anderson. 1:30 to go. He's told on to play on. Across, and that one is marked. David waits, and they'll go across, and some of these are getting to be dangerous as Lush arrived late. Now out to the near side. They are leaving them open. Great sport with a mark. It was. Oh, good job coming in at the last minute by Boyer. And time is off here, and the clock is stopped unofficially with 55 seconds to go on our clock. And they will wait. Waiting to see what will happen. It will be a free kick to the Roos. They did get the play off. Or is it? No, it is going to be. He is going to be fine. Here we go. Less than a minute to go. He's going to take all of his 7 seconds. The Roos leading by 5 points, trying to hang on. Hutchings went over the top, but it spilled out the back and no one was waiting. Now he gets the handball. He is taken down, no, by Lloyd. Just threw it onto the right foot. The Roos are where they want to be, is right in front of the Sacramento goal. Here come the Suns, though. They get the ball back. Looking for a man is Colley. He's going to get this one up. He was taken down to the side. The umpire blows and we'll have a ball up. Seconds are ebbing away. I think they're going to run out of time. 20 seconds to go as the ball gets balled up once again. Ball gets knocked down. It gets knocked forward by Lloyd. The Roos are going to win another title, but it's not for the one of trying here. They're going to get this one out. This one is Goodwin. Goodwin's got to bang it forward. He'll send this one down the far side. It's going to be marked, and that's going to do it. Sending this one back the other way. Not much time left. The siren should come at any moment. Waiting, now goes out to the far side. It is marked in the field of play by Garrett Hale. We are in time on. Hale is told to play on. Still a 5-point lead for the Roos. Ball gets knocked down. The Suns try to get the ball forward. It gets knocked down. Going to get picked up one more time. 40 seconds in the time on, and there it is. And the Golden Gate Roos, have held on to the Sacramento Suns, who huffed and puffed but could not blow the house down. And it's the Golden Gate Roos, the 2024 USAFL Western Regional Champions, men's champions, as they've defeated the Sacramento Suns in a thriller. 2-14 Golden Gate, 1-3 Sacramento. Hats off to both teams. A tremendous exhibition of Aussie Rules football, and one that has capped off a great day of the same. Zach Taylor kicked the first goal. We didn't see who kicked the second for the Roos, but an absolutely wonderful game and a great way to decide the Division I. So that is it. A quick look at the final standings with the other placing games having been played. The Roos finished first, Sacramento second. The Seattle Grizzlies, who defeated the LA Dragons 54-27, they finished third. The Dragons finished fourth alongside the Orange County Giants. The San Diego Lions alongside Arizona and Las Vegas finished fifth. And the Wasatch War Goals had a valiant effort. And they were, as teamed up with Portland, they finished in sixth. In the women's division, well, it was the Minnesota Freeze winning another regional title as they defeated Golden Gate in the final game, 18-4. The Seattle Grizzlies take home third place by virtue of their victory over Sacramento, 28-13. We want to thank every single one of you. We want to thank Jerry Long and our camera person, Hayden Lane. Thank you so much. I'm sorry, Hayden. It's been a long day. I've forgotten my name. It's up there. I want to thank Doran James, our executive director, Julian Hatfield, the Western vice president, April Munn, the president, who is here today and laid a couple of big hits. We want to thank Tasmanian. We want to thank Coopers. We want to thank the Western Sports Park. We want to thank Discover Davis. And we want to thank you as well for joining us across the day. We will be in Toronto on August 2nd through the 11th as the USA Revolution and USA Freedom do battle against the rest of Europe and the Americas. The teams will be announced in the next coming days. You can watch out for that and everything having to do with the USAFL on our website, usafl.com, on Facebook at facebook.com/USAFL, and on Twitter and Instagram at USAFL1997. Until then, for everybody who has brought to you this day of Aussie Rules here from Farmington, Utah, this is Brian Barish wishing you a pleasant good evening.
This presentation of the USAFL is brought to you by Tasmanian. Quietly pursue the extraordinary. Coopers. Australian made and owned. Coopers Beer. Aussie Sports USA, the official apparel provider of the USAFL. Odin Mortgage and Tax, Australian mortgages and taxation for expats and overseas residents. CyberSolve IQ, the inaugural cybersecurity partner of the USAFL. Two Hands Restaurant, fueling your lifestyle. Watch AFL, Stream every match overseas. Brown Brothers, family winemakers since 1889. HBC Event Services. Premier Sports Medicine. And the members of the USAFL.